So, let's see what Murdercla has to say. Glory's expression remains distant, but her lips curl upward into a hint of a smile. Phineas Urk, need something? I'd still like to know more about that chrome you're sporting. That's not a story that I'm interested in telling. If you really want to get into it, we're going to need to go back, way back. Ooh. She stares at you with her cold, dead eyes. I'm not sure you want to do that. You say that you'll give me answers when we talk about your past, so let's talk about it. Why do you care? There is no hostility in her voice. If anything, she sounds suspicious. Because I'm the leader of this team and I need to know as much as I can about the runners who are working with me. She pauses for a moment, considering, then she nods. Alright, fine, we can talk, but we're doing it on my terms. This is a long story, Phineas Urk. Long and ugly and cruel. Are you sure you... Oh, fucking totally! Alright, I'm going to start at the beginning. Not for you, for me. I guess that it might help me to say this all out loud. She takes a deep breath and slowly releases it. When she speaks, her voice comes out in a cool monotone. My family lived in Stuttgart. It was a nice enough place, I suppose. My parents worked as wage slaves for IFMU. My mom was a good person. Once upon a time, my father was a decent person as well. That's what Mom always told me. But I never knew him that way. She pauses for a long moment. When she begins speaking again, some of the ice has fallen away from her voice. For the first time since you met her, Glory sounds alive. The dad that I knew was an old, damaged Euro war vet who turned into a hardline religion to make its sense of the world. In Stuttgart, that either meant the Ritter Christi or their fascist cousins, the Cruise Ritters. My father chose the latter path. I still remember hiding in my room when my father had his Cruise Ritter brothers over for prayer group. They would drink and get rowdy, then spend an hour or two riling themselves up with talk about heretics and the devil's work. Then they'd go find some poor elf or dwarf, stomp the living shit out of him, and drown him in the Neckar. Meanwhile, I'd be holed up at home with Mom, who would commemorate the event by drinking a bottle of wine and crying herself to sleep. Just elves and dwarves? I'd assume that a mage or an orc would make a more tempting target. What, you mean pick on a victim who could fight back? Glory shakes her head. No, my father and his pack of jackals weren't up for that kind of trouble. They'd had more than enough of real combat when they were young men, back in the Euro Wars. They just wanted to feel big and in control of their lives again, and it didn't matter who they hurt in the process. Anyway, aside from the fact that my dad and his buddies were a bunch of murderous assholes, life was pretty normal. I went to school, made friends, hung out with my mom, kid stuff. Then I turned 14 and everything went to shit. Glory pauses, then swallows hard, ever so slightly. Her cheeks flush red. Suddenly she looks self-conscious, as if she's just snapped out of a trance. As quickly as it came, the flush of emotion disappears. Her voice frosts over. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Airing this stuff out is clearly helping you to work through it. Yes, it is. Glory stares at you through cold, dead eyes. But I'm not going to be able to get through this in one sitting. You'll need to understand that. She turns away from you, her movement's mechanical. Now, let's get back to the job at hand. Son of a bitch. It's gonna take forever to hear about that girl. Do I have any new messages? That's where my jobs are, right? I believe. Check your inbox for new messages. You have 2 unread messages. Hijacked shipments. If you value new hardware coming into the Cruise Bazaar, we need to talk. One of my weapon shipments was hijacked by a local gang. I can promise 500 new yen, and if you can recover the shipment, I'll have some new gear on the shelf. Come see me for the details. Deal! Commissioning my services? From Withheld to Phineas Urk. We would like to arrange a meeting between you and one of our representatives. You will find him at the cafe nearby. His name is Luca Duer. He will be expecting you. Come alone. Jesus Christ, there's so much stuff to do. Meet with Gunnery about the missing shipment. Gunari, my mistake. Where are you? I don't even buy guns. I don't help. Because I'm a nice guy. Welcome back. You need some weapons? Some ammunition, perhaps? Got your message about that missing shipment. How can I help? He nods. Aye, a gang from a nearby Keats has been hijacking our shipments bound for the Cruise Bazaar, taking money out of our pockets. I could use your help to stop this from happening. Your dear departed Monica used to provide encryption and information control for Cruise Bazaar. Now that she's gone, we merchants have been having no end of trouble. The obvious answer is that a gang has been intercepting our communications. What kind of communications? Shipping manifests, payment orders, that kind of thing. A group with an agenda could use that information to set an ambush, and that's just what this gang has been doing. Several cargo trucks full of goods have already been hijacked en route to the Cruise Bazaar. I had a tracking device placed on the last shipment that I sent out, containers full of weapons and medical supplies. Sure enough, it got taken, and I've tracked it to Gossen-Brennan. If you've never been there, it's a Keats built out of an old U-Bahn station and some old bunkers. Rumor has it a new gang called Rabengeister is holed up there. I suspect that the two things are related. So I need you to go to Gossen-Brennan, find the Rabengeister, and get our goods back. I can offer you 500 yen for the task, and if you can recover our missing weapon shipment, I'll be able to sell you some better hardware too. Can you tell me anything else about this gang, the Rabengeister? He frowned. Not much, I'm afraid. From what I've heard, the Rabengeister are tricky. They have a reputation for stirring up trouble and disappearing without a trace. I would tread carefully in Gossen-Brennan if I were you. How do I get there? Just take the U-Bahn, you fucking goof. The line still runs, though not many folks stop at Gossen-Brennan anymore. The market there used to be something of a tourist attraction, but I think they've fallen on hard times recently. I'll handle it. Good, it's about time some new inventory come in. And one more thing, Phineas Urk. I'm gonna need you to go in light on this one. Take a friend along if you'd like, but no more than one. If you spook them, they could trash the merchandise. Best go quiet. Best go soon, too, before the trail goes cold. Ooh, I only get to take one. Interesting. I guess I'll take Murdercla's. Travel to Gossen-Brennan. I will bring Murdercla. Damage 3, ugh. I'm worried that those Murderclaws aren't going to be as impressive as time goes on. Glory has modified her burst fire pistol to increase its stopping power. Interesting. Interesting. What are your skills? Ranged combat 3. Close combat 2. Oof. You're about to travel to some German words. It is a short train ride to the Gossen-Brennan. You exit the subway car, stepping onto the old grungy platform. The place is deserted, though signs of life are everywhere. A gaping hole in the ceiling filters cool, hazy light in from above. To your right, a small plot of crop struggles to endure in the cold and limited light of the station. Trash and junk litters the platform. It is clear this place hasn't had anything resembling a janitorial staff in quite some time. Somewhere in this old rundown U-Bahn station lies the entrance to the Gossen-Brennan Keats, and hopefully some leads on the whereabouts of the Rabengeister and Gunnari's missing shipment. Got my machete, of course. Man, why'd I get these guns? Mossberg assault shotgun and a Ares Predator with a smart link. Not too shabby. Oh man, I gotta buy some medkits when I'm back in town. Strength plus 2. We use these to dope up Glory. You have karma available. Oh, neat. I will spend it. 15! Holy shit, girl. Increases spellbook slot. Can summon 2 spirits from the same summoning point. Whoops. Alright, Lightning Barrier came in handy a lot when we played Dead Man's Switch. Fire Barrier. Hellstorm Barrier. Oh, I'm too stupid to cast that, though. Body's already at 6. Spellcasting, another spellbook slot. Sure. What's this? Chance to hit with magical attacks. Chance to hit with conjuring spells. We'll get this last etiquette. I've been living on the street long enough. Now I know gang etiquette. Confirm. For some clothes. The old fluorescent grow lights are barely keeping the plants alive. Almost no light from the surface makes it this far underground. Well, no shit. A fucking subway station. The stairwell down looks to have completely collapsed. Oh, womp womp. Hello? Oh, these guys look friendly. That's far enough, friend. An older man raises his hand, squinting as you approach. To his left, a young orc shifts his weight, resting one hand casually on a pistol at his hip. Both are dressed in what might be considered uniforms, but it's hard to tell for sure. We don't get many visitors down here these days, and you'll forgive me for saying, but, well, you don't really look like the type that usually comes through here. He looks fed, for one thing. The older man snorts. Indeed. What brings you to the Gossen-Brennan, stranger? Charisma. I'm visiting from the Rhine-Ruhr Megaplex, and my friend Hans said the market here is second to none. I had to come see for myself. The older man smiled sadly. Well, maybe a few years ago that was true. These days, well, it's hard times all around, I suppose. But you're welcome to go on in, of course. Customers are always welcome. Oh, and talk to Quarren if you want to hear some good stories about the market back in its prime. He's always happy to share a tale or two. The older man steps aside. Watch your step on the ladder there. Some of the steps get slippery when it's cold. Thanks. Man, I am parched. Well, go fuck yourself. There you are. The man before you is of average build and in nondescript dress. He's leaning against an old wooden cabinet, reading a book. As you approach, he looks up and casts a warm smile in your direction. Guten Tag, the name's Quarren, friend. Can't say I've seen you around these parts before, just passing through, or... Hey, I'm looking for information. Ever heard of a game called the Ravengeister? Certainly, they've been spinning quite a tale in these parts of late. Hard to know anything for sure, though. One rumor says that they hijack freight out of Frankenfurter Tor. Then the next day you hear about a sighting down in Alexanderplatz. Hell, just yesterday I heard someone claim they saw a member of the Ravengeister speed by in the U-Bahn tunnel, clinging to the side of a train car. Ha! He leans closer. Between you and me, that's probably a gang called Surfter. Strange ones, those. I heard they implant suction cups to their hands and feet. I guess they really like hitching rides on the U-Bahn trains? He shakes his head with amusement. That's the Flux State for you, full of the strange and unexpected. Have you seen a shipment of weapons pass through here recently? His face falls. Wish that I had, friend. It's too bad. This place used to be soaring with commerce, but now hardly anything passes through here, I'm afraid. Folks around here are lucky enough to have a full meal at the end of the day. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things turn around for the better soon. Yeah, me too. Thanks for the friendly words, though. Most folks that come through here are either looking to bum a quick handout or steal what they can before disappearing down the line. Can I do anything to help? No, I don't think so, friend, but I thank you for the gesture. The man squints at you. He looks thoughtful. Say, have you ever heard of the Schinderhannes? I can barely say it. No. Schinderhannes was an outlaw centuries ago, back in the Napoleonic days. See, Schinderhannes was a thief, a greedy one if you believe the stories. He and his gang raided up and down the Rhine, stealing for themselves. But something happened. The people of the Rhineland, they were inspired by Schinderhannes. In time, they hailed him as a hero. He was stealing from the French, you see. He chuckles, then continues. I think something happened then, something surprising even to Schinderhannes. I think because of this, perhaps he became the hero people wanted him to be. Maybe he did start stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. I don't know. The history books are confusing, to say the least. At any rate, the point is this, friend. I think that maybe, if enough people believe something to be true, it can change the truth of that thing. Perhaps if enough people here in Gossen-Brennan have a hope to believe in, then our fate will change as well. Until then, well, we continue on. I'm too stupid to realize he's talking about Robin Hood. You seem like a pretty well-educated man. Why choose a life underground, here in this place? A fair question. Let's just say it was the best option at the time. At any rate, this is my home now, and I won't abandon it simply because it has grown somewhat older and poorer. Now, is there anything else I can help you with? What can you tell me about this place? Gossen-Brennan? Well, it's my home for one, and we've got a small bar set up over there. But of course, you'll want to know about the market. His eyes light up. It used to be something to behold, my friend. One of the grandest markets in the city. You can find nearly anything in these stalls for the right price. It's a real shame, but little by little things slowed down. Folks stopped taking this subway line so much. But I guess that's the way of the flux. Well, see ya. What's this? The drawers appear to be handmade out of rusty sheet metal. Nothing of value catches your eyes. Why the fuck did I look at it then? Hello? Druggies? No? Show myself out. Some sort of bordello? What's goldfish? Holy shit. The woman starts a little at your approach, but she recovers quickly and beams brightly at you. The fox face on her headdress appears to grin as well. Her classically nasal American accent is obvious. Hey kiddo, share a drink with me? Sure, if you're buying. Awesome. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of options here. They've got beer, a homebrewed gin, and schnapps. Pick your poison. I've been drinking gin and tonics. The tonic cuts out some of the gas flavor. I think they've been distilling in old propane tanks. Yuck. I'm actually a gin and tonic man myself. I'll have one of those too. Sure thing, guy. He fills a tumbler of cheap gin and dirty ice, splashes a bit of tonic in, then slides it across the bar. It has a slight gasoline smell to it. I'll drink it. The tonic covers up the gasoline flavor for the most part. It burns a bit going down. Listen, my name's Goldfish. What's yours? Call me Phineas Irk. Nice to meet you, Phineas Irk. Now that I've said my bit, what are you doing in a place like this? I just came for the market like you. Goldfish laughs. At least there's alcohol. Synthahol, ma'am. Whatever. I'll drink more to it. She downs her glass and slams it on the bar with a loud exhalation. So what were you hoping to find down here? Robin Hood? She laughs heartily. Some stolen goods? Oh man, that bites. I can see why you might come looking here, though. Seems like a place where Robin Hood might bring stuff to the poor. She laughs a little and takes a swig. Not to say you're rich, but if that's who's got your stuff, this is as far away from medieval England as you're going to get. Though if you're looking for ghosts, this seems like a fine place for it. Seems like everyone and everything down here is a ghost. Ghosts of the past, ghost trains, ghostly thin folks, pale for lack of sunlight. I need sunlight too. I like to joke I photosynthesize, but it just gives me so much energy. Energy these people don't have anymore. Her expression grows stern for a moment as she stares into the empty gin and tonic. Maybe I've been down here long enough. Maybe I'm a ghost too. Alright, that's it, Fraulein. You're officially cut off. Your total is 36 million. Can I at least buy something for my friend here? He's been talking with me a bit and hasn't had anything. No, you're cut off. I don't want to see you even sipping out of it. Dude, chill. Forget I asked. She turns to you with a shrug. Sorry I couldn't get you anything, but thanks for being a pal. Mission item cold one. What? A synthetic winter ale brewed by Aztechnology. Well. Can we talk still? Ever heard of a gang called the Rabengeister? The Raven Ghosts? Nope, never heard about anything like that. Sounds like something out of a fairy tale. I'm just traveling through. I heard there was a market, but, well, just look at this place. She waves her arm around in a wide circle, taking everything in from the sadly shimmying woman to the near empty corridors outside. So I'm just having a drink with this fine gentleman here, and then I'm moving on. Where are you from? California Free States. Doing the whole Europe tour thing, you know? Besides, getting me out of that hellhole. It's been a real good learning experience. Had some good fun, made some good friends. She clatters the ice around in her drink. You can smell the cheap gin from where you stand. But it's a hellhole everywhere these days. Can't drink enough to forget some things I've seen. I'm all for communism and anarchy and free love, but sometimes the F-state goes a little too far. How do you mean? It's just the things like the turf wars and the racists and junk. You know, like those humanist assholes? Unpleasant. But that shit aside, I like the idea of a state without the man. Listen, my name's Goldfish. Where'd you get a name like Goldfish? Oh, you know the saying, memory like a goldfish? Because I'm blonde, people think I'm just like that. Plus, they call my twin Guppy, so Goldfish made sense for me. So what was that thing you said? Rabengeister? Rabengeister. Might be anything in Gossen-Brennan. Seems like everyone... Oh, fucking ghosts. We just spoke about this. Got trick and had to pay double. See you later. A clue. Smells like something died in here. Upon closer inspection, it's just moldy soy cakes. Oh, Phineas. Way out over there, but what's over here? Dead end. Hello? Oh, hello. Hello there, newcomer. I have many exciting and rare weapons for you to peruse. Instruments of death of the sort you'll not find anywhere else in Berlin. Care to take a look around? Despite the shopkeeper's claims, her inventory looks decidedly poor. Most of these weapons appear rusty and in ill repair. A particular cobbled-together pistol stands out from the bunch. Let's see what you have here. I can't afford that bullshit pistol. Why does it cost so much? Something's amiss. See anything you like? What's up with the shoddy-looking pistol? Exquisite, is it not? The work of a master craftsman who used to live here. Forged some of the finest slug throwers you'll find this side of the Atlantic. And at that price, a steal. I'm too stupid to point out that the gun's hot glued together. It looks like a piece of junk. A discerning customer you are. Well, I have many more traditional weapons for a man of your tastes. I don't know. Doesn't seem like there's much here that would interest me. Well, it's been lean pickings lately around these parts, and on top of that, there's the militia. They need most of the best pieces to keep us safe. Still, I've got some reliable weapons for home defense. I'll be going. Is this food? Are you a food merchant? Hi there, stranger. I got a sale on today. You interested in some rations? Salvage? Some home remedies? Let me see what you got for sale. Ooh, a med kit. 10 HP. Wow, that's fucking garbage. Although, more drugs. Oof. Just looking for information. Ever heard of a gang called the Rabengeister? The troll's eyes flicker back and forth. No, can't say that I have. Have you seen a shipment of weapons, pass through here recently? Drunk on gin and tonic. The Troll's Eyes, I don't know anything about weapons, I just sell scraps of salvage and home remedies. I am too stupid to point out the biotech obviousness. Thanks for your time. The crate appears to have been pried hastily open. There is a partially torn shipping label on its side. Most of the ink is worn off, but the word Cruise Bazaar is still clearly visible. Listen, pal. There's a crate behind your shop that looks like it was marked for delivery to the Cruise Bazaar. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? No, I don't know anything about crates. Looking for some backup? It's just us here, friend. Okay, look, yeah, the Rabbengeister came by yesterday, asked me to move the rest of these medical supplies. Then they disappeared. I don't know where they went. I mean, I gotta make a living, right? Look around. They leave me this kind of score, I'm grateful. Already sold most of it in less than a day. Plenty of folks around here in need of real medical supplies. Alright, I've told you what I know, so we're cool, right? I don't know anything else. I know gang etiquette. I know how this works, friend. They drop off the shipment you with the goods, then you meet somewhere to hand over the take. Tell me where to find the Rabbengeister. Okay, fine. I meet them at the information kiosk on the far side of the market. That's where they appear. I don't know how they get there, though, I swear. They don't use the front entrance, I know that much. Thanks. You know, those supplies were stolen from another Keats. My Keats. That means all that money you've been making belongs to me. He takes a step back, managing to appear small despite his hulking troll frame. Okay, fine. Here's the money. Just take it and leave me alone. Pleasure doing business with you, chum. Militia Captain. The militia captain stands at alert, her eyes tracking slowly across the market before coming to rest on you. Guten Tag. You look like you keep a close eye on this, Keats. Have you seen a shipment of weapons pass through here recently? No, I would have noticed that. Well, that was a productive meeting. These crates don't seem to be part of the shipment that was en route to the Cruise Bazaar. Oh. You notice a set of scuff marks on the ground, as if something heavy was dragged across here. The marks vanish into the wall. Inspect the nearby wall more closely. You find a small seam in the wall that suggests there might be a passageway hidden in the wall here, but you can spot no clear mechanism. Maybe we should ask around. This looks like the place, so I'm sure someone might spill the beans. Attempt to force open the wall. We'll come back to that later. The area is in extreme disrepair. Water is flooding out of the walls and stagnating in pools on the tile floor. You can smell the mildew from here. This appears to be an old U-Bahn information terminal. Judging by the system's design and current condition, it is quite old. As you approach, the machine makes a series of sputtering sounds as the dust-covered screen flickers dimly to light. Time since last update, 5207-11-522. Error, primary database not found, restarting offline mode. Restarting. The screen goes dark as the machine begins to emit a bizarre variety of clicking and chirping sounds. After an interminable amount of time, the screen finally shudders back to life. Welcome to the Gossen-Brennan station. Please select an option from the menu below. Corrupted, station history, brute information. I hate computers. We're breaking this wall down. Don't worry, Glory, I found the mechanism. It takes some doing, but you manage to force open the false wall. The hinges give way with a scrape and a crunch, and the passage behind it is revealed. Let's get those guns. This is the same man you met in the market, but the friendliness is gone from his face. In its place is a cold, unwavering gaze. You should have stuck to the market, stranger. If the Rabbengeister wished to be found, we'd open a fucking cafe. Now what do you want of us? Say your piece. I'm from the Cruise Bazaar. You sell a shipment of supplies bound for our Keats, and we want it back. He stares you down for a long moment, then breaks into a chuckle. Guess we were a little careless on that one. I'd figured with Monica Schaefer gone, the Cruise Bazaar would be an easy score. So that's why you're here? We stole your supplies, now you want them back? It's about right. Which I completely understand, stranger, believe me, but unfortunately we know those supplies more than you do, so I'll have to graciously decline your offer to relieve us of your property. I can see things are hard around here, Quarren, but I have to stick out for my own Keats, and that shipment belongs to us. Not from where I'm standing. Look, there's no need for bloodshed, I'll tell you what. It seems like you know what it's like to look out for a Keats like this. It's not easy, right? We provide for these people. A haul like that shipment keeps Gossen-Brennan from going hungry just a little while longer. It's our home. These are our people. I suspect that you feel the same about the Cruise Bazaar. So I'm prepared to let you leave just like that, knowing our little secret here and everything. In return, all you need to do is walk away. Just walk away and forget this ever happened. What do you think, stranger? Uh-oh. Charismatic troll alert. I think in the flux, folks like us need to stick together. Why stay strangers? Maybe we can come to an arrangement that can benefit both of our Keats. Kieran raises an eyebrow. I'm listening. Too bad with computers. You return our supplies, we send you a shipment of extra rations in exchange. We agree to a truce of sorts. I see, that's an interesting offer, friend. The rations alone probably don't match the price of the weapons, but, well, food is in short supply around here. And this alliance, what do you propose? We agree to stay out of each other's way, and maybe we find opportunities to help each other out in the future. He pauses for a long moment, then cracks a smile. Very well, I suppose that's worth the price of a crate of guns. Your medical supplies are already mostly gone, I'm afraid, but the weapon shipment is still being held in a locker at Frankenfurter Tor. I'll have it sent back to the Cruise Bazaar immediately. And you'll deliver those rations? Take the tunnel to the Cruise Bazaar and talk to Paul Amsel. He runs an import-export shop not far from the U-Bahn station. Tell him I sent you, and he'll take care of the rest. Very well. Corin looks thoughtful. Maybe things are looking up around here. I suppose friends and enemies both can be found in strange ways here in the Flux. Glad we could have this talk, Corin. I'll be going now. You can see yourself out. Take care, stranger. Well, how? Very promising. Mission accomplished. We don't have to cut anyone up. Although I'm curious where this ladder goes. Oh, it's just a looking ladder. Surface access has been welded shut, probably an attempt to keep security tight. Hey. Hey, is that a beer from downstairs? Yeah, I brought this for you, of course. Thanks, you're a lifesaver. The young orc takes the beer, pops the cap off with his tusk, and takes a long swig. Ah, really hits the spot. Gets so muggy down here. See you around. I got some karma. Totally worth it. And all I had to do was talk to that crazy Yankee. I guess for 500 new yen. You emerge from the U-Bahn station and out onto the familiar streets of the Cruise Bazaar. The energy here is a stark contrast to the weary, slowly drowning mood of the Gossen-Brennan. The Cruiseberg is an island of hope, afloat still amidst the dangerous currents of the Flux state, but it wouldn't take much for it to capsize. It's time to find Gunari and tell him the news.